Toffee, not Toffee, Rumpy, we have baby powder if you need, like, relief or something.
Grumpy, Glitch, we're live.
Sir, we've
I
lost
know.
partition 0 through 255 to the corruption.
I
Protocol failure is imminent.
wasn't doing
Shut
anything.
down all unnecessary applications and reroute resources to the front line. This system is not going down on my watch. Yes, sir. Has the fugitive been located?
He appears to have escaped, sir.
I've ordered that entire sector locked down. No program is getting in or out unless it passes through our transports. Broaden the search criteria. I want that program found. Yes, sir.
Connecting to IO grid. The severity of the corruption on the server has reached critical proportions. My docking protocols are failing.
What about the ICPs?
That doesn't sound
Aren't
good.
they helping?
Oh, please. ICP might as well stand for incompetent, confused programs.
Make your way into the transport terminal. It's the only way out of here.
I had mentioned that the ICPs are basically cops, and it's like, man, it's just like real life.
What's the problem, script?
I say that this game came out in like 2003.
Yes.
Oops, shit. Over here messing with fucking Lego motorcycles.
What, you're building one?
No, just kind of messing with one. A couple years ago, Lego had a series called Lego Stunts, and they were just like these little, yeah, and they were these little, they had basically these characters in little Lego motorcycles. I have two of them. One of them is more of a Daredevil looking character, not like Daredevil Marvel character, but like a,
No, I get what you mean.
yeah. Although I love, you take off his helmet, he has like a little luchador mask. I just love, I love how that looks. But he has like that one has a nice, I'm gonna turn my camera on so you can see it. I'm gonna share pictures. But the Daredevil one is like, it has like a nice red motorcycle. Really
That's
like,
good.
yeah. And then the other one I have is basically a fucking bathtub. I love the little rubber ducky it has on the front. Very silly.
That looks great.
Yeah. I'm sad that I couldn't get one in time because I saw, like, there was a couple places that were still selling them, even though the series was discontinued because people weren't buying them. One of the sets that they had in the series was Rocket Racer from fucking Lego Racers.
Huh, neat.
Yeah, and I wanted to get it just to get the Rocket Racer minifig.
I'm in a data block staging area. Where are you?
I managed to get on board a transport, and I'm right now reconfiguring its routing instructions.
To take us to Mithria?
Yes, but before
Theoretically.
you get on board, I need you to release the mooring apps. We're not going anywhere with them in place.
Node deactivated.
You know what? Speaking of Lego, I'm sad that the most recent. I was real excited because for years I really wanted Lego to make a new Lego Racers game, and they finally technically did with Lego 2K Drive, and then that game just kind of fell off. It's not bad, but it's not nearly as exciting as the original Lego Racers games. Although I love that you can Much like the first two Lego Racers games, you can fully customize your car, and with this being an online game, you can even download. I think you have to do the tutorial first, but you can actually download vehicles that other people have made, and people have made some really unique vehicles.
Station.
One of which that I saw was, I cannot remember the name of it, but there's one that was a vehicle from Halo. But it was like it was a vehicle from Halo 3 that the Covenant used. It was like the Covenant equivalent of the ATV vehicle, and I just cannot remember the name of it. But I like the concept where it's like, oh, you can go from land to off-road to sea, and your car would transform as you hit different terrain. So like on the road, it's like a normal car. Get off-road, it's a different vehicle, and then hit like sea, it turns into like a boat. And there's some really unique things that I've seen people make. I think I've seen like people make fucking fucking Star Wars pod racers and such.
No, racing.
Well, and it saddens me because I really wanted a big Lego Racers game similar to the original, where it would be a kart racer like a kart racer like Mario Kart. And what we got was basically a downgraded. What we got was basically like a downgraded Forza, which I don't hate. Like I enjoy. I enjoy more. I don't want to say simulation, but more like I enjoy games like Forza. It's just I miss those old kart racers, and it was basically Forza with kart racer elements included. Like they had the generic missile, the speed boost and stuff like that. But I think I was more upset because it was I wanted Lego Racers in the style of the first game, but with them able to use the licenses that Lego has acquired over the years, because they have stuff like Lego Star Wars, Lego Batman, stuff like that. Basically, what I was half expecting was something along the lines of essentially mixing Mario Kart with the recent Hot Wheels Unleashed games. And I am genuinely surprised at how many properties are represented in Hot Wheels, like just from the first Hot Wheels Unleashed alone. Because the first one had stuff like fucking, you could have the Batmobile race against the fucking TMNT party wagon and Snoopy on top of his fucking doghouse.
That sounds fun, but the licensing must have been a nightmare.
Oh yeah, it definitely would have been a nightmare, but it's like, these are companies like Hot Wheels and Lego are two huge toy brands where it's they could afford it. And I think it more saddens me when you get stuff like fucking Funko Fusion. And one of our friends mentioned it. it reminds me and them a lot of Lego Dimensions with how many properties they have access to. And gameplay wise, I'm not upset with with Funko Fusion because it doesn't look. Yes.
Jet, I've been thinking. My user's original instructions were to free Mithria from her processing
Funko
hub, not to
Fusion,
combat the corruption.
gameplay wise,
User must
looks
have
like it's going to
recognized the
be
futility of
at
confronting
least
such an
a halfway
aggressive
decent
virus.
game.
Jet, we should split up. We need
I think
to find
my
Bite.
and a lot of people's problems is the fact that it's going to be fucking Funko Pops.
The system is losing vital functions. The protocols protecting my docking structure are failing.
Hang in there,
And
Mithria.
a lot of,
We're on our way to free you.
Free? I've never been outside of my docking structure.
A lot
I don't know if it's
of
a good idea.
characters that they're going to
risk it.
have
If
in
the
Funko
corruption doesn't
Fusion.
get you, the reformat will.
A lot of people, like, there are a lot of properties that they're going to have that people have wanted games based on, or some video game characters that people are like, oh, we'd love to get a new game, and it's like, okay, we're gonna give you.
Audit scripts were pulling out. The Colonel has ordered a complete system reformat.
Weird. We're gonna give them a new game, but that new game is gonna be fucking Funko Fusion.
The last one? Uh-oh. We've got
Yippee! Well, and I had mentioned that it really does sadden me that Capcom will do anything with Mega Man except actually give Mega Man fans are asking them to do.
Treated like a common
You give them a new game.
It's just not right.
I mean, nah, it's not your fault. But it's like,
Sure, because I'm pretty sure I pissed off like 100 Mega Man fans. Like, they don't know this, but I know they can feel this.
we've look as a Mega Man fan, we've been disappointed since like 2010. We're kind of used to it at this point. I mean, I personally, if Capcom would at least give us a Mega Man Legends collection and put out the like as a special bonus with that collection, put out the prototype version, which was basically going to be a glorified demo of Mega Man Legends 3. If they at least do that, hell, even if they don't put out
Bite. I have to get to
the prototype version, if it's just the 3 finished Legends games,
Will you help me?
I wouldn't mind. I'd be happy. I mean, I would love a new Mega Man game, but at the same time, it's like at least like I think there's basically, outside of the spin-off games, there's only 2 Mega Man series that have not gotten collections yet, and that is the that's Star Force and oh jeez, it's Star Force and Legends, because Classic Series got a collection, Mega Man X got a collection, Mega Man 0 and ZX had to share a collection, which I'm not upset. Both series were short enough where it's like, yeah, I get them sharing a collection. And Battle Network got a collection. So yeah, like it's kind of a
all ICPs go to total alert.
the only Mega Man games that don't have a collection are Legends, Star Force, and these spin-off games. It would be nice to get a it would be nice to get it would be nice to get a collection for all 3 of those series. I mean, it would probably just be smarter.
The reformat is coming. Quick, save yourself. I'm auto-saving every 30 seconds. I suggest you do the same. Take this permission and get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I'm losing track. It would probably be smarter for Capcom to add some of the spin-off games in with some of the other collections. Though for me it's also a I wouldn't mind the spin-off games getting their own separate collection. Because we have with spin-off games we have Mega Man and Bass, Mega Man Bass, Mega Man Soccer, Rockboard, which is basically a it's basically a Mega Man version of Fortune Street. We have the 2 arcade games. And what else? I think there was like a Wonder Swan game based on Mega Man and Bass. It's like a Wonder Swan Color, either Wonder Swan or Neo Geo Pocket Color version of some of the games. Like at that point we'd be talking about semantics, but out of all of the spin-offs, the only one that I know is available on modern systems is like the 2 Mega Man arcade games, which I'm happy are available, but they're available as part of the Capcom Arcade Collection Volume 2, and even then you'd have to buy them separately.
Okay, I've got it. The barrier is now lowered.
Isn't it pretty fucking close, Bite? You know what, while I'm complaining to Capcom about things we'll never get, I also want both remakes and a collection of Dino Crisis. I would kill for Dino Crisis remakes in the style of the Resident Evil remakes. Oh, that's where the enemies are.
There's Mercury. Mercury, let's go!
Get Mathria into the data port.
The reformat.
Protect Mathria.
Oh no, Mercury is dead.
No. We'll never see her again.
Mathria, I want answers. Why did you digitize?
I'm more disappointed because, like, she's supposed to be the love interest for this game, and yet we do not get attached to her at all. Or at least I never got attached to her.
26 times more powerful operating from within the system than from without.
Why me?
Alan 1 was not available. Alan 2 was.
My name is Jet. Alan is my father.
It's also like we've only known her for like 2 or 3 versions, or 2 or 3 levels.
My father. Mithria, what happened in the lab?
Well, it's simple. Your father was kidnapped.
Makes sense.
By the way, every time you see me reconfigure my reconfigure a lot of these things, I do actually speed it up because otherwise we'd be sitting here for a good 2-3 minutes while I just put items in slots. It's like, what am I gonna need to use for this system? Like 9 times out of 10, I don't always need what I grabbed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bradley. Who are you? What is the meaning of all this? We're interested in your work concerning...
Primarily the correction algorithms that are needed to eliminate errors during transfer.
Yes, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm still working on that problem. Calculating algorithms is a complicated...
Spare us the charade, Mr. Bradley. We know where you are in your research.
All we want are the
Do not ask me what any of these characters' names are. I don't know, and I don't care. They are Villain 1, Villain 2, and Villain 4.
F-Con Industries is the future, and your talents, however antiquated, can still be a valued asset if you choose to join us. If not, we will appropriate the correction algorithms one way or another.
Are anyone curious? Yes, I know they have actual names. I just really do not give a shit.
Who are those people questioning?
Hang on. Rumpy, you still here? Keep quiet. I'm gonna be right back. I need to take a whiz.
What are correction algorithms?
Correction algorithms are routines that correct errors inherent in the digitizing process.
Mithria, can you send me back? I must return home.
Sorry, Jet. The reformat erased all vital routines critical to the digitizing process. I can't do it on my own.
Great.
Strange. I just received a call signal from a guest. Outgoing communication is not currently supported. Activate the correct sequence of programs to configure the COM port.
Oh boy, time for tediously sending programs to the right place. Just so we can talk to someone.
Does this mean please tell me fast forward on this part?
No. To be fair, it doesn't take very long. Like I say it's tedious, but it's more of a it's tedious in gameplay and less so in watching. Probably should have put a fast forward on it, and I kind of wish I did.
I'm on it.
Right away.
You know what kind of saddens me? So
I'll get right on it.
when I was doing my review for Tron 2.0, I, out of curiosity, checked Steam because I know that Tron 2.0 is still available on Steam, and it is also available on GOG.
Connecting to IO grid.
What do you make of this?
In fact, it goes on sale a lot. You can, I think I got it for like $3 on Steam. But
Guest, who are you? Do you know Alan Bradley? He works in
User connection
Tron Evolution, the game that's supposed to be a prequel to Tron Legacy.
Years ago.
What's
Tron Legacy?
I'm glad you asked. Tron Legacy is a sequel to Tron that came out in 2000.
And the Tron Legacy code.
Anyway. Sorry. Anyway, but Tron Evolution, which was meant to be a prequel to Legacy,
node deactivated.
Tron Evolution actually is no longer on Steam. I think it's one of those situations where if you had it while it was on Steam, you could still play it, but it's no longer available on Steam, which is upsetting. Although at least in my case, I have Tron Uprising on like 2 different systems. I have it on both my Xbox. I have it both on Xbox and on PS3, and it is backwards compatible on Xbox One and Xbox Series X. So
certainly.
There's that. And it's actually Uprising. Evolution is okay. It is an okay game. Honestly, I think out of the two big Tron games, like 2.0 or Evolution, I would honestly just play through Evolution again. Because Evolution is just the better game. Or not Evolution. 2.0 is the better game, but Evolution isn't bad. It's just kind of it's okay. Although I think it's funny, if I remember correctly, I think these servers for because Tron Evolution had a multiplayer mode that had where like one of them is like deathmatch stuff, and I vaguely remember the last I checked, the multiplayer modes for or the multiplayer for Evolution, like those servers are still up. I could be wrong. And/or they could have been shut down since I last checked, and it has been a while. But I vaguely remember them still being up.
Can you retrieve Tron Legacy Code email fragment number 2?
Sorry, that's restricted information.
I need that fragment. How can I get it?
Eliminate the finder scanning the stacks.
So I love that they're talking about the, quote, Tron Legacy code. For the record, that is actually a, in this game, the Tron Legacy code is basically an upgrade for, oh jeez. Tron Legacy code was an upgrade for the original Tron program, whereas the movie Tron Legacy, like, it means an entirely different thing.
Here's fragment number 2.
Also, it's complete coincidence that they use Tron Legacy twice. They technically use the term Tron Legacy twice in the franchise. Although it is funny because a lot of details, someone pointed out that there are details of Tron 2.0 that are very similar to Legacy. And to be honest, it's kind of funny to think about because, yeah, I understand. It's one of the reasons why I look at why I understand why 2.0 is no longer considered canon, because Legacy is basically just another version of it in a lot of ways. Although I'm going to be perfectly honest, I think 2.0 has a slightly better story.
Email fragment number 3.
Not while those finders are scanning the stacks.
Although I will say this, so Tron 2.0 did get a sequel story. Like there wasn't a second game, but there was a comic miniseries that lasted for 6 issues. There are... I'm not saying the game itself ends in a cliffhanger, but there are plot threads that are left unresolved by the end of the game. And as far as I know, I have not read the comic myself, and it is really fucking hard to find unless you just say fuck it and read it online, which I might have to go. I might have to go that route just to actually read that story. As far as I know, the plot threads that are just never the plot threads that are never answered by the end of the game, like they aren't even resolved in the comic. And one of those plot points is really funny to me that it's never resolved in the comic. I don't want to give it away because it's like because the plot point is literally the last part of the game, and I don't want to spoil details. But it's just kind of it's just kind of interesting.
Yes, but only by routing power to its primary operating system.
How do we do that?
We can't.
Although
routers are ICP occupied nodes. Without the proper set of permissions, even getting
so one of the details we learn from one of the details that we get from the emails in the game is the one of the details we get from the emails is that Encom, which is the company from the original movie, is being taken over by a company called FCOM. And we have no idea because the person trying to get like the correction algorithms and the Tron Legacy code and all that is the CEO of FCOM. We never learn who the CEO actually is. Hell, we never see them. In the game we do like there are cutscenes where we see like a security camera passing by and we hear a voice, but that's about it. Like we have no idea who the CEO is. Fuck. Alright, yeah, we're... I'm not dead. I'm not dead. But I did kill an NPC, so we'll see you guys next part.